Hello everyone, this is Saud Mansoor here, and today I have a special guest for you. He's from the army, he is a trainer, and he's been my mentor and my friend. I'll make it as short because I want you to hear from him directly. So, welcome, Brigadier Sushil Bhasin.
Thank you
I just
very
want
much,
you to
Saud.
go ahead and thank you very much for coming down over here today, sir. I want my audience to get to know more about yourself from you yourself. So please tell about yourself to my audience.
Thank you very much, Saud. I'm so happy to be here, and it's always very, very good to be with you because you've been one of my very, very good friends and mentees. It's been really good with the journey with you. My name, as it is Brigadier Sushil Bhasin, and I belong to a place called Shimla.
Mhm.
I was in the army for 34 years, and in the army, I developed a passion for training. My career started with training at a grassroots level of training a recruit. Now, recruit training means you are converting a villager into a soldier. So it's absolutely elementary grassroots level of training. And
Mhm.
25 years later, I found myself in the Army Training Command as a brigadier, where I was involved in the formulation of training doctrine for the Indian Army. One thing that I really picked up was Train the Super Trainer, because in ASMT we used to read a British manual called Methods of Instruction.
Mhm.
And in my uh, 34 and 13, about 47 years of work experience, I have not found a book better than that manual which we followed in the Indian Army, which was given to us by the British Army. So from the year 76 till today, I have been training trainers. I have had an experience of training indoor, outdoor, in deserts, in mountains, in a classroom training, in a jungle environment, in a desert environment. So I thought that was my great strength, because not only did I get that exposure, but I also experimented a lot. I was into trying out different things, and that is what made me come into this field of training, particularly in the field of training a trainer. So I train
Awesome.
teachers, I train corporates, I train students. I get a lot of thrills out of it. Yeah.
Great, great. Wow. This is so good to hear you, sir. Because I've been hearing these stories and it's really nice to hear once again. Great stuff. So I remember the first day when I interacted with you. That was a very memorable event for me because I was in search of train the trainer program myself because I was just jumping into coaching industry, as I can say, and I was looking for someone who was really who knew about training. And I was, as everyone knows, there are many options available, and I was looking to each and every option. And that's when I found you through a Facebook ad. And trust me, I was quite shocked because you were the first person, the only trainer who I could contact you directly. It was not through an agent or a secretary where I had to take an appointment or email and wait for a response. So that was something which I really felt that at a human level I can speak to this person. There's no barrier. So great connection we made, and that's the beginning of my and your relationship. I can say that.
I
So
remember you said, can I talk to you for 5 minutes? And I think that 5 minutes conversation lasted 45 minutes.
yes, in fact, we had two different conversations again because I want to make sure that I'm going to the right person and to make sure that I get the results. So I'm quite happy with that. And yes, I was able to get results because I was having challenges with my own programs, and that's when I wanted to get an expert's advice. So thank you very much for that. So great stuff, sir. So could you just tell me? I know you have been in the army. You're very passionate about training people, but what made you to train civilians in your own terminologies? Uh, what is that inner passion which you have to helping people?
Actually, you know what happens in life is that for any decision that you take like this, there's a trigger. And the
Mm-hmm.
trigger was in Bareilly when I was the chairman of an army school. And one day at a function, the head girl came on the stage and she said, can I say a few words to the chairman? And then she said a lot of good things about what had happened in the last 6 months. And then she called me onto the stage to give me a scroll on which 800 children had signed a thank you note. And that
Mm,
was a change in my life. I mean,
wow.
I felt so good. I felt so touched that here are 800 people. And my son was also in the school. And when I asked him later, who prompted you to do it? He said, Dad, no one. The students got together and said, why don't we thank the chairman? Right. And I found my purpose of life at the age of 54, that there was
Wow.
some calling. There was some calling to say, what are you doing with your experience if you don't share it with the young people?
Wow.
And then
Wow.
I said, if it took me 54 years to identify my purpose of life, can I help these people do it earlier?
That's very true.
So now I help trainers, I help students, I help corporate executives uh, to get the real meaning out of your life, to find a purpose, to find your passion, and to work something which is just beyond money. Because
Mm,
after all, we didn't come into this planet with the purpose of paying bills and making my life comfortable by buying new gadgets. That was not the purpose. That's good fun. I also like to do it. Not that I don't spend money on these things, that I don't like money, but is that the driving force? No, that's not the driving force.
mhm.
Driving force is a magnetic pull called passion, which makes you work on something. Okay, so
Wow.
that was the reason why I left a wonderful career. I was commissioned at 19. I'd done my higher command course and all. I was well equipped, barring health. I think nothing would have stopped me from becoming a lieutenant general. But I I purposely chose to shift gears to come into something which was a challenge at that time. It was a risk also, but I
Yes.
was prepared to do it because of that confidence, that passion, that I knew that I have a sense of commitment. I want to do it. So if I want to do it, who stops me from doing
Sir, can I just stop you over here?
it? Yeah.
Because you told me a very valid point for me as well as for my audience. At the age of 54, you identified your passion. So, people who are listening over here, it's never late. Believe in yourself. And that is what you need to believe because that's worth living. So, this is a person from the army who has trained so many people. And after the age of 54, he identified that coaching, helping, serving, training is what is his true calling. So great stuff. This is something really awakening for my people because they always think it's like it's only for youngsters, it's only for freelancers. This is the mindset which people have. But this person was well established in the Indian Army, a brigadier. He chose to become a trainer to make sure people identify their purpose. Great insight, sir. Thank you very much for sharing that. So, sir, I just want to understand more about you. Could you have any success stories about your training? Because you have, because I see your resume, your profile. You have been into corporate trainings. You have been coaching. You have been training individuals. Can you share a few of your success individual clients' stories with us so that it really helps us to understand?
Okay, yeah. So Saud, one of them, of course, is sitting right next to me, and that's you. I feel so happy when I hear from some of your students when I meet them, and they say that they benefited so much from your speed reading course, and it gives me a great sense of pride. So not that I made you do it; you did it yourself. But the purpose of a coach or a mentor is to guide, to support, and when you add that value to somebody, when you can see somebody doing well because you could manage to put his efforts in the right direction, you feel good about it. So Jogesh is one such chap. So he attended this train the trainer program, the free program, and he wanted to do the program, but he didn't have the money. So he came up to me and said, "Sir, I want to do this program, but I can't spare 60,000 rupees. I'm on a salary. I work for TCS, and I only get 32,000 rupees. So how would I do that?" So anyway, I explained to him, of course, in details, that I'm not offering you a course. I'm offering you a way of life. I'm offering you a business. You have an option of leaving your job and getting to be your own boss and do your own business. So if you're going to do that, aren't you prepared to invest some money? So he got the hint, he went, he took a loan, came back, and he joined the program after 2 weeks. The last session, which was on the 15th of October, Preeti told me that Sir Jogesh wants 5 minutes of your time on the stage during the graduation ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. I didn't know what was coming. So he comes up on the stage and he said, Sir, thank you very much for making me so confident. I have already left TCS. So that was his formal announcement. May I request you to come and inaugurate my new company? So he had got a little signboard of his
Uh-huh.
logo, and that had a piece of cloth. So he said, please unveil this. So the JJ School of Employability, which was his product, which he was selling, he he trained students to get employable in colleges. Okay. And he started that company on the same day that we finished with our TTST.
Wow.
Today, today Jogesh is earning, I was just talking to him a few days back, and he says that I don't really know the exact figures, but I am earning at least 4 times of what I was earning in TCS.
Wow.
And I spend at least 3 days just practicing, doing things at home. I'm not tense, I'm not commuting, I'm sitting at home. And another thing, Saud, the good fun of this individual coaching, unlike corporate training, is that you know I always say, as a coach, as a mentor, you got to get involved in that person's success. For me, your success becomes more important than mine. I want to see you succeed. I want to keep checking up. South, how much are you getting? What are you doing? Do you need more help? Okay. So when you get into that type of a relationship, that is so enjoyable. It's such a, more than the money and anything, it's something like you're growing a plant, and every day you're nurturing it, and you want to go back in the morning and see how much more growth has taken place, how many flowers have come, how many fruits have come, that type of a thing.
Very true, sir. In fact, this is the same kind of model which we have where we make sure the coach is more serious than the mentee. That's when the results happen.
Yeah.
So, great stuff, sir. Congratulations for having Yogesh as a student and such a lovely success story. Now, I want to know more about your TTST because you've been talking a lot about. Could you just tell a glimpse, at least, for the audience to know what is TTST and for whom is it?
Okay. So when I say TTST, all the trainer programs are called TTT. So what
Hmm.
does this S come in?
Yeah.
I ask sometimes people, what made you choose TTST against any other TTT? And they said, so the S part of it, the super trainer. So we first define what is a super trainer. Okay. And I want to emphasize on this that I haven't, I mean, it's my own terminology. It could be super, it could be great, it could be anything. But when I say super trainer, I am talking of a trainer who goes deep into himself and says, why do I want to train? What is my purpose of life? What value am I going to deliver? You see, when you go to Tony Robbins' workshop, 10 times in a day, he will talk about what is the value you are delivering. And I become very conscious of the fact, every time I ask myself a question, what value am I going to deliver to people in this program? And what will I ensure that they get?
Hmm.
Okay. It's a software. In all other trainer programs, it's generally the hardware, how to stand on the stage, how to engage the crowd, what are the communication skills and all that. But I am going deep into what value are you going to give to your trainers. So that is what TTST is about. It's a little deeper. It's more emotional and mental than just physical.
All right. Okay. So, what else do people get from TTST?
So first I start with a foundation course. Foundation course is meant for aspiring trainers or people who are just settling down into training. Yeah,
All right.
okay. Now, what do they get? They firstly get to the why of it. My purpose of life, why do I want to? You have to understand, why did I pick up this choice and what am I going to deliver? So are you really going to use your passion? Are you really, really interested in training? Or is it just that you're not getting any other job and you're doing training? I want to get that
Okay.
established. The second thing
All
I'm
right.
talking about is uh, the learner's environment. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to train the way people are training earlier, or are you going to be prepared for the changes that are taking place? The VUCA we talk about, the volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world that we are living in. Apply that to training. That how is the learner's environment changing so fast, and how are you going to cater for that? We do a lot of work on that. So that
Okay.
means I'm preparing people for the future. So are you future ready as a trainer? Or are you going to be surprised by the market changing and you be lagging behind? So my trainers will not lag behind, they will look forward. Okay. The third thing I'm talking about is business plan. How do you, you're a very passionate trainer, you want to add value to people, but how do you convert this into a sustainable, successful business? The fourth
Very
thing
much
I'm talking
important.
about is the marketing. Okay, you have a business plan, you are sure that you're going to do it like this, but where are you going to find your target market? How are you going to deal with the subject? How are you going to ensure that you give the value, and how do people see the value in your training? See, one is I'm giving you value, but you don't see value in it. So how do I make sure that you see value in it? Okay, and the last part of my course, the fifth part, is the practice. Everyone in the group gets to speak to three, four other people, and they give you a written assessment. And so you learn how to assess people, you learn how to do training, and then you do it in your own subject. The subject is what is your business plan? So you have to come and give your business plan in 10 minutes.
Great. Great.
Okay, and then we get about 2-3 minutes per head for people to give you their assessment verbally, and then they hand over a form which you keep for yourself. That's your written feedback on what they thought. So this is what TTSD Foundation course is about.
Wow. So as I'm hearing, it sounds like it's more practical. You first go to the why question, then you go to the business model, the marketing, and the reality, whether the market is ready for it. So
Absolutely.
sounds very interesting, and I'm quite excited because I wish I had this thing again. I could go into this program. Guys who are watching this thing, this is completely important because as you can see, many trainers train how to do it, but here you get a business model and you can test it out with other people over here. And that's very, very much important. As I recall from my own experience, target audience was something which I was lagging. I knew the coaching, I knew how to stand up and speak out, but I didn't have people. And this is something which you're getting in bits and bytes, exactly what every Indian needs. That's how it is. Thank you. That is really awesome. Sir, is there anything else you missed out?
No, not really. I mean, there's lots to say, but I'll tell you, I am very determined in giving value to my people. So I add
Yes.
value with some bonuses.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So first thing is that all people who enroll for the program, they get a free online goal setting course, because I want you to start with what are your goals. If you don't have clarity on why you want to do training and what you're going to do, that's my starting step. So instead of
Yes.
spending your time here, you can sit at home. There's a 1 hour 12 minutes video online course, so you get that free. You also get
Wow.
a goal setting workbook, and along with that I give just 2 pages which you have to write down your goals for the workshop and mail them to me. So that means when you come to do the course for me with me, you have already conveyed your goals. So I will now focus on your goals. That means, and I will structure my and tweak my program to meet the requirement of my audience.
Wow.
Because of this, I can't do this effectively with more people. So South, I limit my thing to 15 people. That's it.
Okay.
Anything
Wow.
more than 15 people, go to the next batch. So that
Completely agree.
I don't make a mail out of it.
Yes. A mailer out of it.
Yeah. Okay. There is a concentrated one to one. You know, the instructor ratio time. I gave personal attention. Okay.
Yes.
The, then the next thing is that, so you come with your goals in your mind. How to set goals? You do an online course. So you
That's your first bonus, I guess.
bonus. Then
Okay.
after the program is over, my second bonus is a 1 hour par session, which when I'm doing it in Bangalore, it'll be on the Skype.
Okay.
Okay. 1 hour of session, focus session, where a person will come back with his question answers in a mail to me, and then we will have a dialogue. So you don't make the best of the time. The questions are already known to me, and we then have a dialogue on how to structure your training business.
Absolutely. That is the most powerful thing, I would say. Because
Okay.
trust me, that
The
has really helped.
last bonus which I give is the most powerful one.
Oh wow.
See, Saud, I go, when I left the army, uh, I have not lived on my laurels of my 34 years of army experience. I have gone and invested a lot of money on programs with Tony Robbins and Jack Canfield and this, Harwaker and Brian Tracy and all that. But I have picked up for this particular course gems from Tony Robbins. I've done 2 of his programs. I've done the Total Success and UPW's, 2 very strong programs. And I traveled all the way to Sydney to do one of them and Singapore another one. Okay.
Mm.
Now, all that I've spent all this money, 6-7 lakhs to do this program, I have condensed it, adapted to the Indian environment, and I will give that in the end of the program free to my students.
Wow. 6 lakhs and now you get in bits and bytes.
Yeah.
That's a huge bonus you're just giving off to your students, sir. It's so powerful. You get everything. You start with a goal setting, and then you have this live practical training, hand holding, and then you have this one-on-one session where people get to get answers for their challenges, their problems. And then you also get to learn from what you learned from Tony Robbins. Wow. This is it's more than a foundation, but a powerful foundation. It's not a shaky foundation which people are getting. Wow, guys. This is really amazing, sir. I'm really very happy with this program because when I joined in, it was completely different. But now you have taken a strategic move and understood each and everything which a newbie, a fresher needs it. As adults, we need it fast, and you have prepared it. Wow. Yeah. Great stuff, sir. Wow. I just don't know what my next question should be at this moment because you have just said so much.
I don't know your question, but I know what the audience question is going to be.
Please tell it out.
How much do I pay for it?
Yes.
Okay. So I say, no, you don't pay anything at all.
Oh.
It is an investment. It's not a payment. It's not an expense.
Yes.
It is an investment. So you invest 15,000 rupees for this foundation course.
So this whole training plus the bonus is just 15,000.
So you pay 15,000 rupees plus GST. I also have a money back guarantee.
Oh, wow.
So for yes, 2 days program. So we are doing it in Bangalore now. Saturday, Sunday, which is 23rd, 24th. And then 25th, 26th is Monday, Tuesday. So if you are a weekend type, you can come on Saturday, Sunday. If you think you cannot do it on a Saturday, Sunday, then a weekday option is available. So you can opt for either of them. So Perfect. It's a Saturday, Sunday, first batch, Monday, Tuesday, second batch.
All right.
So on the first day in the evening, if you think that this program is not giving you value, you can walk back with your complete money and the GST, whatever you paid me, not even a penny deducted, not a question asked.
Wow. This shows the guarantee which Sir provides. Thank you for saying this thing because this would be there in many people's mind because yes, there are so many TTT programs and I'm sure many of them do not offer this, but thank you, sir, for sharing this thing because that really gives us a lot of trust and assurance.
Yeah. Another thing is that I think although this amount is easily affordable and I don't think it requires, but still if somebody has a problem, I also have an EMI facility.
Okay.
So we can give you up to 3 months time to pay in installments through a bank. So I don't give that EMI, but I arrange it through a bank. So I'll give those details later, where we can give you the payment methods are made very simple so that it can, whether you Paytm, pay you money, all those options are available.
All right, great. So what we'll be doing, sir, at the end of this link or below this, we'll be sharing the link where people can go into this and pay it and enroll into this program because I believe the program is coming very close. It is on 23rd,
24th, 25th, 26th.
All right. Okay, sorry for that. So everyone who is listening over here, these are the dates. This is the program, the TST, which Sir is coming all the way from Mumbai to Bangalore to arrange this. This is not a recording. This is not an online. It is completely live experience. This is something which I want everyone to be aware of, because trust me, as you can see over here, he's so passionate and the energy level is so high. Just imagine you being with him and learning from a military general who has achieved so much. How powerful, how beneficial will it be for you? Great stuff. Do you want to say anything? Because right now, honestly, I do not have any questions. You just answered everything. Your program is absolutely great. Your pricing is great. Everything is great, sir. Any last comments which you want to add on to
I'm
our
just
audience?
looking forward to coming back to Bangalore, because Bangalore has a special meaning for me. I was first posted in Bangalore in '76, so that was my bachelorhood days. Then
Mhm.
after some time, I got married, so it became my honeymoon tenure. And then it was also the last tenure from where I took my premature retirement to step out into the civil world. So I'll be very happy to come back to Bangalore, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how many people can I add value to in their lives.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. I know we took a more time over here, but you're busy, and yes, you're coming down preparing for this event. You have other interviews. Thank you so much for taking this time out, and we look forward for you in Bangalore.
Oh,
Thank
I'm
you.
delighted, Saud. I'm delighted because thank you for all this effort, and I think you did a great job in conducting this interview. Thank you.